What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in and talk about how to complete the Tracing the Stars quest this season, and why this series of weekly quests is going to be worth completing in order to access the exotic quest weapon for Season of the Lost. And so if you guys enjoy the video, be sure to get subscribed for more Destiny content. But getting into it, let's speak about this quest thread and how it plays into the exotic weapon for the season. If you haven't played yet, a spoiler alert is necessary, although the game is openly delivering the narrative about the weapon, so we're not referencing data mined content or anything like that. But Bungie revealed the Aegis Scepter, which is a new exotic stasis trace rifle, and it's a really cool looking weapon. We can see an ornament for it in collections right now, but the weapon itself is classified, so we can't inspect its perks and things like that. However, Bungie's description for it reads, Aegis Scepter, a weapon of great power, locked away by Mara Sov for her brother Aldrin. The hands that hold Aegis Scepter hold the keys to areas of the Shattered Realm previously barred. Untangle the layers of awoken security and reach the exotic weapon before it falls into the wrong hands. And this is where a handful of weekly quests come into play, which will ultimately lead us to the weapon. After completing the opening steps for Season 15, a new quest called Tracing the Stars 1 will appear at the Wayfinder's Compass. This week in its description, the quest references a vault hidden in the Ascendant Plane that holds a mythical weapon within it. And during the quest's dialogue, Mara Sov confirms that the Gatehouse we unlock via the quest will lead to many places, and one of them is the vault where she stowed Aegis Scepter. And so since Tracing the Stars will have different steps which roll out week over week, it's clear that we'll eventually unlock the vault via the Caliburn Gatehouse, and we'll get access to the weapon. And so be sure to complete Tracing the Stars each week if you want to get access to the exotic quest portion as soon as it's available. And in terms of the gameplay stuff for this week, for Tracing the Stars 1, we're required to collect Atlas Skews in various Dreaming City locations. Once all of them have been picked up, we can boot up a new mission called Hollow Coronation on the Helm, and this takes us to that Gatehouse area we just spoke about, and it looks like it'll be a similar process each week, which will also reward new weapons and drops from the season along the way. In terms of the Atlas Skew locations for Tracing the Stars 1, the first Skew to collect is right near the spawn in Dreaming City in the Bay of Drowned Wishes Lost Sector, so if you spawn in, turn around, head into the Lost Sector and make your way to the first combat section. If you hook a right from the cave, the first Skew can be collected. From here we can head back out of the Lost Sector to the spawn, and we can go and collect the second Skew, which is Davalian's Sumerian Path, Central Cave. And it is just the cave opening immediately on the other side of the Davalian Mists area.
The Scorn prepare another ether ritual.
But the next Skew is the Davalian Cliffside, which is nearby, so head back outside, take a right and head to the edge, and then drop down to the ledge. The next Skew we can collect is in the Oracle engine, so from the cliffside we need to jump back up and head to the right hand side towards Spine of Keres. After picking up the one in the Oracle engine, we can head toward the one on the distant Spine Island tree. And so if we head back outside onto the bridge, and if you can, turn immediately left and make a jump out onto the islands below. From here we head to the most distant island in the Spine of Keres. And this is the final Skew to collect for the first quest, and afterwards, once again, we'll need to head to that mission on the helm. And I'll be sure to keep you posted each week on where to find the collectibles, and of course once the exotic quest steps appear. As Bungie said, the Aegis Scepter can be used as a key to access parts of the Shattered Realm, so it seems likely that we'll get access to it within a few weeks as opposed to the back end of the season or something. Kinda like how they've set this one up though, to be honest. Of course, they've got the weapon and the quest steps themselves actually classified in the database. But even from the first week, if you pay that bit of attention, listen to the dialogue, and look at the descriptions, the quest is basically telling us that it's leading us to that exotic weapon. And so they're baking it into that weekly narrative, but letting us know that we're going to get access to it ultimately, right? However, again, in terms of exactly what the weapon will do, it's a little bit difficult to say. There will be the element where it can be used to access particular areas of Shattered Realm, which is a really cool concept. Otherwise, it's pretty obvious that it appears to be firing stasis damage, so it'll be interesting to see whether it can do a lot of damage itself, or whether it could potentially be more of a divinity type weapon, where it's applying debuffs and things like that. I'd be curious to get any thoughts you guys have below. But for today, guys, that's what we've got to cover in this video, so I hope it's been a useful one, and if it has, a like rating down below really does help us out. But also, we've got a load of Destiny content to cover over the next few weeks, and with the Witch Queen expansion next year, so be sure to get subscribed and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any content. I know there are quite a few folks who watch videos on this channel who aren't yet subscribed, so feel free to hit that red button down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and for now, hope that you have an awesome day.
This is the Gatehouse. It leads to many places. The vault where I stowed the scepter is one of those places. The Atlas Skews you've collected serve as star charts of sorts, used to map and navigate ley lines back when they could be freely explored. Aldrin had been searching for Aegis Scepter for some time when he made these.